Waves drenched the Chinese sailors who battled the storm while breathing the harsh rain and seawater. Their captain barked commands, but a great wave barreled down upon their ship. He closed his eyes and prayed. Shouts from his crew pierced the raging winds. The sea was calm. He asked what happened. His crew said a woman in red robes saved them. She was Asia's ocean goddess, Mazu. And this is Legends from the Pacific. Aloha, and thank you for joining us. This is Legends from the Pacific, episode 86, Asia's Ocean Goddess, Mazu. I am Kamuala Kaneshiro, a native Hawaiian professional writer, speaker, and Comic-Con panelist with extensive film and television experience. I study mythology, I've encountered unusual things, and I'm a geek. You can support us by getting 2 or 3 of your friends to listen to our show. This simple request goes a long way in helping us grow our show. Later in this episode, your featured song in Hawaiian word, but first, Mazu. Chinese New Year 2022 begins on February 1st. Since it's going to be the year of the Yang water tiger, I felt it fitting to talk about the ocean goddess. For more information about Chinese New Year, or for a refresher, please listen to episode 3, which goes more into traditions and customs. Now, Mazu is an ocean goddess who protects fishers, sailors, and travelers. Mazu has many names like Matsu. In fact, her name is a combination of mother and ancestor. She usually appeared in red robes and an elaborate headpiece. Water rescuers wore red, and the headpiece signifies her high rank. She wasn't born a goddess, but was a mortal who became a god. Mazu was born to poor fishers and named Lin Mo because she was a quiet baby. Records also indicate she may have been a mute. She had an incredible memory, could forecast the ocean's weather conditions, and went into deep trances. Okay, let's pause to understand how valuable Lin Mo or Mazu's ocean forecasting was. Around this time, China experienced a boom in seafaring technology. Thanks to the compass and improved boat construction, trade flourished. A maritime version of China's Silk Road developed, and sailors coveted accurate weather forecasting to travel safely. When Mazu was young, a storm developed off her coast that destroyed boats and threatened sailors. She threw noodles into the water, which became rafts that saved the sailors. This was how her story began. She acquired a gold sphere from a sea serpent or divine being, which increased her powers, and she became a great healer, skilled in medicine. Men were interested in marrying her, including 2 ocean demons. One was named 1,000 Miles Eye, or Magic Eye. The other was the Wind Ear, or Magic Ear. Mazu, not interested in marriage, but wanting to be left alone, said they'll fight. She'll marry whoever defeated her, and Mazu won. But the demons couldn't bear leaving Mazu and became her assistants. As Mazu worked at her family's loom, grim thoughts of her father and brothers who were at sea plagued her. She fell asleep beside the loom and dreamt a storm demolished her family's boat. Mazu swooped upon the raging surf and saved her father. She saved her siblings, and as she closed in on her oldest brother, she woke beside her loom. Her mother apologized for waking her, but she was concerned because Mazu seemed to be having a nightmare. The next day, she discovered her dream was real. Everyone was saved, but her oldest brother. Other versions of this story claim she saved everyone but her father. Mazu's mother kept asking when she would marry. While she had many suitors, Mazu wasn't interested. She felt such a connection with the Buddhist goddess of mercy that she believed she was her reincarnation. And somehow, Mazu knew her life was limited to 28 years. She plunged herself into helping as many as she could, but her mother persisted. Mazu agreed she'd marry, but needed to be left alone. She entered a room without food or water and didn't emerge until 3 days later. When she did, her hair was up. It resembled a boat, and Mazu told her mother she married the ocean. A storm threatened several boats at sea. Mazu urged her father to take her out to save the sailors. He did, but during their rescue, a beam knocked Mazu overboard. She died. She was 28 years old. Some stories claim she threw herself into the ocean to save her father. However, many believe she didn't die but climbed into the mountains and ascended to the heavenly plane. Nonetheless, Mazu is a highly respected deity many feel is more beloved and powerful than the Dragon King who we mentioned in previous episodes. Today, Mazu has appeared in many television shows, cartoons, movies, and video games. Many pray to Mazu for safe passage, and a dish called Mazu noodles was named after her story of using noodles to save people. Women along coastlines pay homage to Mazu by dressing a certain way after they are married. They'll put their hair up as a boat, as Mazu did, and wear a blue robe with red trim and darker pants. The blue represents the ocean, red once again represents rescuers, and the darker bottom signifies their lower portion being wet from the sea. Mazu's influence spread throughout Asia's coastlines, including Japan and Macau. In fact, Macau was named after a Mazu or Matsu shrine. People celebrate Mazu's birthday around April 23rd and her death, which occurred on the 9th day of the 9th lunar month, which is around October. I feel it's interesting there's a few women like Mazu in Chinese mythology, who are not only respected but honored as being more powerful than most of the other celestial beings. I also liked Macau's connection. While it's the product of a miscommunication, I feel it's fitting that such a lavish and vibrant place like Macau is named after a powerful ocean goddess. Since Macau is called the Las Vegas of the East, in a way, that'd make Mazu the Lady Luck of the East. If you feel our show deserves 5 stars, please give us that rating. I'd really appreciate it. I've been meaning to wish our fellow Discworld fans a happy Lachrymating Leveret. Yes, 2022 is the year of the Yang water tiger and the year of the Lachrymating Leveret, or the year of the Tearful young rabbit or hare. I figured I'd save you an internet search. Our theme song is Mystery by Tavana, courtesy of High Sessions. Sound effects are by Sound Effects Factory. Our music coordinator is Matt Duffy, aka DJ TripleBypass. Links and show notes can be found on our website, legendsfromthepacific.com, including a link to your featured song, which is Crossing Hemispheres by Matt Dahlberg, courtesy of High Sessions. Legends from the Pacific was written, produced, and edited by me, Kamawala Kaneshiro. I also wrote our original stories. Your featured Hawaiian word is kika. Kika means tiger. An example of kika is, in the Spider-Man comics, Mary Jane's nickname for Peter Parker is Kika. Once again, kika is Hawaiian for tiger. Fellow comic book fans should have gotten that, and it could be a trivia answer for the rest of you. I noticed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Midtown High School's mascot is the tiger, so we'll see if this is how Spidey gets his nickname, opposed to the comics where MJ calls him a tiger because, as she put it, he isn't a tiger. But I digress. Thank you once again for listening. Mahalo and a hui ho!